start. Okay, cool. Hi, Billy. Hi again.
Hey, how you doing?
So the Sisters Grimm, congratulations on your role.
Yeah.
The girls in the beginning are pretty suspicious of Puck. What did you want to bring to that character?
I think they have a right to be because he's very complex and it's like he's so interesting. He tells them who he is, and I think that's so interesting. Like I'm this trickster king, and he's already putting on what he wants to be to them, and he's wearing this cloak of I'm not to be trusted. I'm a villain, and it's like he's the opposite of that. And I think that's what's really cool. And I think the patience of the girls to bring him into their world is what makes this story really like wholesome and heartwarming, is that he finds a place in their journey. And yeah, that's what I really enjoyed about when I first read it, was that okay, he's telling them he's this person, but he's not really.
Absolutely, love that. And so, what's your preparation like for a TV show, like Ted Lasso, for example, versus an animated TV series like The Sisters Grimm?
Yeah, I think there's many differences, but some similarities as well. I think obviously we don't have our eyes in an animation, we don't have our bodies, and that's knowing that we just have our voice as our tool, um, really made me realize that I have to be very clear in what I want to say, and I have to just pick that. And one great thing about Ted Lasso was that there was a real cool journey with my character, and that was over many years or whatever. But this character of Puck was like, he's introducing himself. I am this. Whereas like Colin, my character Ted Lasso, was like, you didn't really know who he was. So there was differences in that. And I think that what's great about animation is that you can almost mid take just go, sorry, I didn't like that. Can we do it again? Whereas with TV, you can't necessarily do that. You can, but there's like, okay, we need to turn over, and everyone, the boom guy's got to get back into position. Everything's got to be okay. The smoke machine has got to start again. There's a lot more that you can really pace things up with animation, which was great.
Awesome. And so, were you recording with any of your co-stars?
No, that was what was as because Sabrina and Puck have an interesting relationship, and that was something that was really fun to do. I wasn't. I was in the UK, and those guys were in America. So, um, what I did is I had some really great people that were a part of it, and like legends of like the animation and voice world, and I was able to bounce off of them, which was really cool, and we were able to yeah, bounce off ideas. And fingers crossed, I haven't seen it. Fingers crossed, the relationships work and everything. I'm sure it does because they're fantastic actors.
Absolutely. I mean, I've watched the series, and you wouldn't have guessed that you weren't in the room with
I
them.
know it's weird, right? You think that these people are just like next to each other, but sometimes it's not the case.
Totally. And what was it like, working on a show where two girls are front and center? You have a female showrunner on top of that, so there's a lot of female energy on the series.
Yeah, I think that representation is so important, and many stories. I was very fortunate to be a boy in the world of being in a millennial growing up, and there's many stories about boys, but it's there should be stories about girls as well, and everyone. So yeah, as I said, I think representation is great, and it has a real cool thing. It's like these are descendants of the brothers Grimm, but these are the sisters Grimm, and I think that that's really cool. I think that that's interesting, and the brothers have had their story, but now it's the sisters having their story, and that's really cool to see.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Billy. It was so great talking to you.
Thank you, Laura.
Yeah.
Thank